said change people's lives. It's interesting, isn't it, that I stand here and say to you, stand up, clap, shout out and rejoice. And you all think he's mad, what's going on? You all think to yourself, I can't be bothered to do it. What's going to happen? And it takes a little cajoling, doesn't it? But think about that message where 72 people actually went out and began to change the lives of whole villages and towns. Change people's lives individually. What was that message that was so strong and so clear that it's resounded over 2,000 years so that we are sitting in this place? The message really, in many ways, is very simple. And that is that there is a God who loves the world that he's created, who draws us up into a world to come which will be perfect. In the meantime, that same God still loves us and has given us a gift which we'll enter into this morning, the gift of the Holy Spirit. And that gift will guide that new young life throughout her life. It'll be there urging her to do good things. Times of despair, it'll be there encouraging. And not only as an individual, but as part of the church. Don't worry, I can scream louder than that. It'll be there all the time, urging and guarding and guiding, and not just singularly, but as you come to church, to come together as a community, that same Holy Spirit will be working in and among the people who gather together. And it's really about a different way of life, isn't it? I wonder how many of us actually think that life is quite cruel and horrible and harsh. Sometimes I hear people and they say things like, actually, it's all right being a Christian, isn't it? But they don't live in the real world. Which means, when we don't live in the real world, I suspect, that we don't succumb to the fact that we ought to tell lies to get on. Or we ought to cheat in order to get on. Or we ought to do all those things which are so very often prevalent in this modern world. No, we set our stall and live in a different way. We live by truth and honesty and justice. We live by looking after each other and helping each other. And it's to that life today that we come to invite a new member into our family. Interesting it is that in actual fact 72 people were sent out to change the world. Can we change your world in this place today? So I invite you now to join me around the font as we come to welcome Mindy into that family and